Hey guys, welcome back to the Thisissoul Skate Shop YouTube channel. Today I'm going to do a review of the Roces Fifth Element skate. The Roces Fifth Element is an aggressive skate, so this is a skate made to grind on. If you're not an aggressive skater, then don't watch this video. If you are an aggressive skater, then this is for you. I'm going to run through the history of the Fifth Element and of the Roces brand. I'm going to tell you what different models there are of the Fifth Element on the market and what sets them apart from other skates. If you want to learn more about the Fifth Element, continue watching this video. We are here right now in our store in Amsterdam, of course. I am Ivo, I'm the owner of Thisissoul Skate Shop. And Thisissoul is one of the most specialized skate shops in the world. So if you ever want to get some skates, come to us here. You can just walk into our physical store where we are right now, or go to our website, thisissoul.com, and order online. The Roces brand is an Italian brand, and they have a long history within inline skating. They actually started with hiking boots and made ice skates, and the same mold they used for their ice skates later turned into one of the first successful inline skates in the world, produced by Roces for the rollerblade brand in the 80s. And that was the same mold as the current day Roces M12 that they still produce. In the 90s, aggressive skating emerged, and that same mold started to being adapted as the first aggressive skate in like 94, 95, 96 period. And the sport was booming. So Roces started to invest more. And in 1998, they released the Roces Fifth Element. That was this skate right here. This is the original OG one from 25 years ago. And it was revolutionary at that moment because it has every great feature that you would want in a skate today. It already had it back then. So it had like a flat sole plate, a nice liner, good buckle, like all the details that you want in a good skate. What set this skate apart was that it has like some sort of a soft part on the top. So it is a hard boot skate, meaning that it has a removable liner and that the outside of the skate is like fully plastic, but the top is a little bit softer plastic and you can push it in. That also means that if you tighten the laces, the lacing area actually works. I could go out to the skate park right now on these 25-year-old Roces Fifth Elements and do all the tricks that I can do on my modern skates. So that's really says something, because if you have a skate older than that, they're probably like the design is so off that they're not really capable of doing the same trick with. So 1998 is the Fifth Element, and Roces then kind of like evolves this concept further, and in 2000 they bring out the Kuti. The Kuti has an even wider like lacing area so that it's even more adjustable if you tighten the laces. And then in 2002 they bring out the Roces Crown, and that's kind of like where the sales for Roces went down. So many new companies started to flood the market that their market share plummeted. And what happened next is quite interesting. I don't know if everybody knows it, but around that same period, 2002, they noticed their numbers dropping, so they call John Julio and make a collaboration, and they created the Valo brand together. Valo says on their old website, when it was still a thing, that they started in 2003. That's actually when they had their first samples, and I think the products landed in stores in 2004. So quite rapidly after that, already Valo became a new sub-brand of Roces. So Valo is developed in-house and produced and distributed by Roces. And they did that for 15 years together with John Julio. And they developed cool skates like this one. It was basically an M12 underneath, so the old school classical Roces boot with the skin over it, and then they made this special sole plate for that skate. And this is the same sole plate that they then used for their next project. because in 2018, the collaboration between John and Roces stopped, and John Julia, of course, started them skates, and Roces then relaunched their aggressive skating like line, and they put the M12 back in the market. And because they did that, the customers really demanded and asked from Roces that they also re-released the fifth element. Roces still had the follow sole plate laying around, and they didn't produce the follow skates anymore. So they took that sole plate and made a new shell that fit in that sole plate, used the same M12 cuff, of course, and that's the product that you see here right now. So it's only a couple years old. It's one of the newest aggressive skates on the market right now. It uses the tried and tested follow sole plate. It still has like the dual injected lacing area. And one detail that I also really like is that they kept like the leather part of the liner. Now I myself have a really special connection with the fifth element, because this original skate from 1998, that's the skate that I learned to skate on in 1999 when I started. I had the red version. So I was super pleased that when they re-released the fifth element in 2019, they released it as the red version, which was my skate. So I'm super excited for the fifth element coming back. And now finally talking about it here in this video. I have a lot to tell, and the next thing I'm going to do is run through all the little details that sets this skate apart from other skates. Right now I have 5 skates here on the table, which are the current versions of the fifth element. 2 of them, the black and the white ones, are team skates, and then 3 of them are pro skates. A pro skate means that a person got to design this skate who is a really good skater, who is a professional skater. And in this situation here, it's Jutta Gotto. Here it's Niels Janssens, and here it's Ilya Savosin. And they got to create all these crazy colored designs here. So if you like that and like these skaters and want to support them, then you can buy one of their products. So there's team skates and pro skates, and all these versions that they bring out are limited. So they make like, I don't know, probably somewhere around 1,000 of these skates every edition, and when they're sold out, they're done. Roces releases about 2 or 3 fifth elements a year. So they make a new color once in a while, and then the old colors go out of stock. Next topic is the fit of the skates. So how do they feel on your feet? And I can definitely say that this is one of the widest skates on the market, and also one of the ones with the highest foot. So if you have a tall foot, a high foot, then this is a good skate for you. It also fits bigger than advertised. So it comes in dual sizing, meaning that size 43 and size 44 are in the same shell, and size 43 and 44 also fit in a very similar way. 41, 42 fits in the same shell, and size 39 and 40 are in the same shell. Because there's hardly any, basically none, difference between these 2 sizes that I just mentioned, we bundle them on our website so that you as a shopper online have a more honest view on what size you're actually getting. If you want to learn more about our dual sizing concept, we have an entire video about it, so check out our YouTube channel if you want to learn more about dual sizing and the skate sizing lie that companies with hard boots tell you. We try to be as honest as possible. I have like a shoe size 45. So if I would skate the fifth element, I can fit in a size 43, 44 fifth element. Yet, if I would skate in Roces M12, I would skate the 45, 46 shell. So the M12 fits small, like a proper size small, and the fifth element fits really big and wide and tall. If you look inside the skate, you can feel that there's a raised heel. That meaning that there's like a big chunk of plastic underneath your heel. There's no shock absorber in the skate. So if you jump big gaps and you don't land through your, don't bend your knees good enough, then you're gonna have like a hard time in your heel. You're gonna bruise your heel maybe. It's not really too bad. I've seen some pretty amazing skaters skate these and jump really big gaps with them, so it's definitely possible. The upside of having a raised heel and not having a shock absorber is that it's also more it's better for your energy transfer. So if you push, no energy is lost in the shock absorber. I actually have a flat bottom boot. I skate the Roces Shift a lot, and it does have a big shock absorber. And instead of the big shock absorber, I took it out. I put in like a really hard piece of a heel racer from the Superfeet brand in it, so that I have more direct control over my skates. So not a bad thing, but it is something worth mentioning. There's a raised heel in there. If you compare the fit of the old Fifth Element to the new one, and you can definitely see that just the shape of the shell is different. So they totally remade this shell and molded it to the sole plate, more than that they kind of like took the old design and went with that. If you look at the toe box and compare them side by side, like we're doing now, you can see that the toe box is also a lot higher from the new model than from the old one. Next topic is the liner. I personally like this liner a lot. It fits really nicely. It's comfortable. It has a lot of padding, so that's good. So it will fit and adjust to a lot of people's feet really well. The old liner from the Fifth Element actually was a little bit less comfortable. It was thinner and it has a plastic thong, which is, those tend to be not so comfortable. But the new ones, the new Fifth Elements that you can buy right now, are really nice, comfortable liners. If you buy the skate and you put it on for the first time and it feels really snug, then please take note that the liner will break in a lot. So it will become thinner and thinner once you use it. So the padding is maybe now like 2 centimeters, but after you skate it for a half year, it will be maybe 1 centimeter or something. Normally, I don't talk too much in these reviews about insoles, but this one is really special. First off, it's really thick. You can see that. It has 2 different layers, a softer one on the top and a harder one on the bottom, which is nice. It's also nice that it's thick because there's a lot of room to fill up in the shell. But if you still don't have enough room, you can actually take out the insole and then there's even more room. Wow, I don't know if that's necessary. But you can also maybe use this insole if you ever have any other skate and you have too much room. Just put in this insole and it will cramp you up because it will fill up the shell a lot. Another special thing about this insole is that there's a little bit of kind of like a wedge, a little thingy on the bottom, and it kind of makes the insole a little bit unstable. So you can move it around. If you tilt your foot to the side, like doing a royale grind or maybe basically any grind, you tend to tilt your foot to the side a bit. That becomes really easy because of this insole is so unstable. And you can also see that it's not really wide, and that's also one reason why it can actually tilt inside the boot a bit. So this insole, I don't know if they made it on purpose like this, but it's really good for making the boot edge on its outer side or inner side. If you want to do like high performance skating in the sense that you're really concerned of how your strides are and what kind of like minor control you have over your foot, like if you're maybe doing wizard skating, then I would not recommend this insole. I would even say that probably for aggressive skating, I would also change this insole to a Superfeet insole, which has a lot more support. And I think this boot in general has a lot of sideways flex to begin with, so it doesn't need an insole like that. But if you are the person that struggles with royales, then this might benefit you. Next topic is the buckle, and I really like this buckle. I think the best thing of the Roces aggressive skates is the memory buckle. It's called the memory buckle because you only have to set the length once. You can do it with the bottom here on the inside, push it out, push it back in, and then it opens on the outside actually, instead of normal skates open on the inside. And then just slide it back in, boom, then you're done. The old school one didn't have this one, so the 1998 version had like a standard metal buckle, but within the category standard metal buckles, this is also one of my favorite all-time metal buckles ever. I really like the old one, I like the new one, great buckles. Next topic is the flex of the skate. We already talked a little bit about the sideways flex, which is really good for grinding in this skate. So sideways flex, perfect. Also the forward flex, also really good. So if you have a spectrum in flex and there's on one side there's like too much flex, meaning that you just kind of like fall forward, and on the other side there's the skate that doesn't flex at all, then I would say the Roces fifth element is right in the sweet spot in the middle, exactly the way it should be. The flex of course comes from the cuff. The cuff is the part that moves forward, and it's attached to the boot with rivets, meaning it's not bolted on. You cannot unscrew it. You can take a drill, however, and take the liner out, put the drill on the inside, and just drill the whole inside to pieces and shred it, and it will come loose. Just be careful that you only take out the rivet and not the cuff itself. I did do this a couple of times actually. I made customs for people where I just swapped the Roces cuffs. There's no aftermarket for Roces cuffs, so we as a shop were not able to buy aftermarket cuffs from the Roces brand. So we're not able to offer them, but maybe if you have like 2 pairs of Roces skates, you can swap them, and you can just buy some cuff bolts from our store, of course, on Thisissoul.com. You can make it happen. But I don't even know if I would recommend it, because the good thing about having a riveted cuff bolt is that it's not able to come loose. And one of those things that happens on a session if you're skating is that suddenly you lose the cuff bolt. It happened to almost everybody who's been skating for a long time, and you basically want to avoid that. So skating any Roces aggressive skate will help you to avoid that problem. Next topic is the sole plate, and what's there to say? The sole plate is great. I skated it on the Valo skates a lot. The width, perfect. Backside groove. Maybe the only thing you can say that's bad about it is that it's a little bit tall. So maybe like a Racers SL or Racers Shift type skate, or use the Aeon, would be lower to the ground because it's pretty thick, so you're standing a bit tall. But if you don't mind that, then great sole plate. Nothing else to say about it. Next topic is the frame. It comes with the stock Roces frame, which was used to be the stock Valo frame as well. And this is maybe one of the most underappreciated frames on the market right now. It's just so super nice and solid and strong. Indestructible frame. The axles are great, the frame spaces are great, and I actually recommend people just to keep on skating with this frame, or at least start skating it with this frame. Don't look at like a Kaiser or a ground control frame, and don't make yourself crazy with that. If you're gonna upgrade it to a different frame, then I would go for the Wish frame, because the current frame on it is great for anti-rocker, and it's also fine for flat, but the Wish frame is really good for skating flat. It has big wheels and a nice big roof. So there is some improvements on it to make, but I wouldn't go too much deep into it, and just skate it stock like it is. Actually, it's really good. The frame is mounted on with the Universal Frame System, or UFS mounting standards, and there's a whole aftermarket for frames for it. And you can also buy like really big wheels, like 3 big wheels or 5 big wheels, or any trend that you want for frames is available for these boots as well. I would, however, not really recommend putting big wheels on this skate, in particular because it has a lot of sideways flex. So if you are gonna put big wheels on it though, definitely change this insole that I was talking about, because it increases the sideways flex. And you should then definitely also put in like a stiffer liner, like an Intuition or some Superfeed insoles to make it stiffer. I have one other tip for people who want to have big wheels on this skate that I'll say in the end of the video. Next topic is the wheels, and you can see that it comes with either white ones or black ones. And these wheels are the best wheels that Roces made. They also make like gray colored wheels, which are often on their M12 skates. And if you have skated them both, you can really feel the quality difference. The gray ones are not as good as the black and the white ones. The black and white ones are really good. So they're still not up there if you want to have like a metal core wheel. It will definitely be faster than these stock wheels. But for a stock wheel, the Roces Fifth Element stock wheels are great. That covers all the parts that are on the skate. Now we're gonna dive into the way how you can customize the skates. And I already mentioned a few things that you can do. The liner, you can upgrade it, of course, to an Intuition liner. It's a more responsive liner. It costs something, but it will also increase your performance. Think about it. The harder the liner is and the more compact and close it is on your foot, the more control you have. And if you have like a swampy, squishy liner, then this will absorb a lot of your energy and also what you want to do with the skate. It will just listen to your movement less. So an Intuition liner is great. You can change the insole to a Superfeed insole, like I already said. Also, something I always do is put in waxed laces. And especially with this skate, because it has like the dual injected plastic, you can really use the lacing area to tighten it. You're probably gonna need it for this skate as well, because it's such a high foot. You really wanna like push the shell down on the top with the laces. So I recommend some wax laces. We sell the CCM wax laces here at our shop. Those are great. One thing you can also improve is putting metal wheels in the frame. Those will definitely make you go faster. Putting on a wish frame will also improve like the balance between riding and grinding. And the last tip I have to improve this skate is to put on a Trinity adapter, and you can convert it to any like speed skate. Or speed skates, I mean freestyle skate. The downside of this skate, if you want to use the universal frame system to put on big wheels, is also that you have a sole plate, which is chunky, and it also moves a little bit. So like you'll lose some energy and you'll lose some control if you keep the sole plate and put on big wheels. So if you put on the Trinity adapter, you have a more direct working skate, and you can put on all the Trinity mounted frames on the market on this boot as well. So that's quite funny, interesting thing to know. And that's then everything that I could tell you about this skate. I'm hoping that it helped some of you make this right decision on what skates to get. If you want to learn more about other skates, we have tons of reviews on our YouTube channel. We also go into details about all the parts of each skate. So if you want to learn more about like what makes a skate good and what makes a skate bad, then dive into our YouTube channel or dive into our website, thisissoul.com, and learn more about skating. We make a new video like this every week. So if you like content like this, consider subscribing, give us a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. God damn it. The name. It's one of my favorite skaters. Doesn't say. Kamuri Yutugoto is the name. Oh my God. I love him. Yutugoto, sorry. And not having a shop is... I skate the Roces. I did. Oh. Dat really... Komt niet uit mijn woorden. Ik doe het gewoon nog een keer.